What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling Wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move.
South?
Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
The timing can't be a coincidence. The gods must be behind this.
I bet they are. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
Elven gods and an
I'll talk
archdemon.
to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
How do we not know what we're up against? Okay, but it looks like there's a big story moment. I could do a big story moment. Rook, those circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen. Yeah, more fanfare, please. I'm glad we did meet. I have heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke and continues to speak very highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morrigan, who you met for 2 seconds. She always had a knack of spotting those who would might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. That was more of a Flemeth thing, actually, in Dragon Age 1 and 2. So she who suggested we meet, and as always, heeding her counsel proved to be the wisest decision. The Townsguard, like, they were best friends. They knew each other for, like, the last 2 missions of the game. Unfortunately, I sent grim tidings. The echoes of Solus' ritual and the escape of the gods ring across the south, and the smell of war is heavy in the air. In Orlea, a splinter faction of the nobility has made common cause with the Venatori and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlea and the border keeps of Ferelden. Ontom corsairs harass shipping out of Ostwick, and in the far southern wilds, Blight has emerged once more. Darkspawn in greater numbers have been spotted near the ruins of Ostagar. But they attacked Denerim first. No, they did that. They did that in Origins. But I told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I share this news not to ask for help, but to remind you that you and your people are not alone. The gods stir up the greatest evils in Thedas, yet its people stand stalwart and resolute. Take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself. When this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First round's on me. Oh, we're all pals and friends. Yours, the Inquisitor. You could put the last name of the Inquisitor on there, too. I don't think that'd be that hard. Nice to see your people in the fighting pit. The lords are impressed. The Valor spirits are happy. Thanks for taking care of Tash. It wasn't my idea to move her, but I'm glad she's away from the Ontom. It's good to get her out in the world. She's the best darn dragon hunter, even though she doesn't kill dragons. Keep up the fight. See you when you see you. Okay, cool. Let's talk to Solus. The siege of a castle kind of has me excited. Is this the wolf statuette thing? It is.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dreadwolves. and the mages who declared themselves my gods, well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
There's no just accepting option. I'm not mad that they betrayed us. They betrayed people ages ago. Not mine, I guess.
They're not gods at all. Much less my gods.
I'm with Rook.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
I see her reasons for wanting to keep wisdom and order, but no wonder why he was angry, because she said that she would lead them. Well, who were they fighting to begin with? Like that's a big context clue. I'm surprised that no one's asking that question, but I guess it must be inconsequential. Or this was the last lore that they wrote when they wrote Dragon Age Origins into an Inquisition, and they're like, we don't know who they were fighting or what they were doing.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elganon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Thank you, Tosh.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
Well, we have all of them. I'm sure we can... I'm sure we can actually watch them all right now. If we wanted to. Is there another mural down here? Oh, there is.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurus seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanurus and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
Did Mythal call Solus love in that memory?
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were
Come
free
on.
with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they express things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
All right.
Nah, they were doing it.
I don't think so. An ick. I don't think so. Is the take that out of it. Ugh. Tash, I complimented you for something that you said in the last conversation.
Whether they were doing it or not, Solus cared about her. That's what matters.
So the Dread Wolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor? Not sure it matters.
Yeah, I think we need to know what the story is here.
Deep in Elven lore already. What's the legend say?
Right. Well, Andrul was the goddess of the hunt. She put on armor, magic armor, made us something called the Void, drove her mad.
I remember this one. The other gods were afraid Andrul would turn on them. She was doing all kinds of horrible things, causing plagues. It does sound like the Blight.
Well, it all ends with Mythal fighting Andrul. After, Mythal turned into a dragon.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away. Then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
But Solus felt guilty.
Okay, Solus warns Mythal about the other gods using the Blight. It's not just bad, it's something bad he feels responsible for. The Blight was our mistake.
How is the Blight their mistake? Did they find it? Did they make it? What does that mean?
Whatever it was, it convinced Mythal to take him seriously.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide.
Oh my gosh, Tosh, why are you speaking?
What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
Thank you, Nev.
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, he met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon. Nice. The point is,
this is all very fascinating and interesting because it's lore that's tying everything together. It's explaining the origin of the Blight in a discovery fashion. We're learning more about Solus in a discovery fashion. And the last conversation was really good. And then this conversation is like, what is Tash supposed to say? They're doing it. Oh, dragon. That's fundamentally against what her character has been about most of the time. We know how angry I was earlier. So just gonna back off by I needed to express that everything that Tasha said in this conversation has been infuriating.
she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
She did say that.
Okay, sorry. Point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
Because she was a witch of the wilds, Flemeth, who was Mythal, and it was said that she would have daughters, and then she would then possess her daughters. And when you first heard about it, it sounded really, really dark. But then, even when you kill Flemeth in the first game, yeah, you kill the dragon, but she's actually fine. She's in an amulet, I believe. She does a couple of tricksy things, but there's a point where she even talks to Morrigan. She says, "You don't understand. You don't understand what was going to happen. You were going to let me do it. It was something that you would want. It's nothing that I would have ever forced you to do." And Morrigan, it was the next daughter in line. I think that's really important to have mentioned before. So when Flemeth was talking to Morrigan, and Morrigan was confronting her for the second time, like, "You were going to do this to me." And she's like, "No, I wasn't going to force you to ever do that. That's not what I'm about." And there still may be time for that to happen in the future. Something like that. Maybe Morrigan is going to be used in this game to bring Flemeth back to life, Mythal back to life. Although I am sad that they didn't get the original voice actress of Mythal. They couldn't get Catherine Mulgrew. maybe she's busy filming the new Star Trek TV show. Was it like Starfleet Academy or something? She should have come back for this. But good. This is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to good storytelling, other than Tash speaking. This was all really good. This is all in-depth thing. Nev is looking into things. There's still some repeated conversation, but that's whatever. That's baseline for this game. This is good, deep lore stuff that they're finally talking about and revealing and putting it all together. This is good writing, and this is what I wanted from the game the whole time.
Solus tried to do the right thing by warning Mythal about the other gods using the Blight, but he got her killed.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long, and then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
You should all just stay sitting there. Because, spoiler, wouldn't it have been great if we actually unlocked these as we were exploring, rather than waiting for all this to happen all at once? It was clearly designed to be that way.
Just jealous of our growing power.
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade.
We knew all about that.
I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elganon and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Which we already knew.
Yes, to keep them from access.
This was clearly designed to be unlocked while you were exploring things, a la Tears of the Kingdom. But the way that this game starts and the explanations that were given make this particular memory rehashing the video game.
Saying the Fade, but was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
Solus did his best. It's not just us panicking, it makes sense. So everything is agreeing. Makes sense.
I think this memory's one we understand, at least. What he did makes sense. Him regretting it also makes sense.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation.
Oh.
But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The Elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
Did we?
This is pretty good. So I mentioned earlier that they mentioned a bit about... Solus directly said that the Blight was in the Fade. and they were trying to strengthen the prison. I believe he even makes a reference to the Black City, or that he's in the Black City, in the prison in the Fade. And I remember saying, oh, that's just casually dropping the bit of lore. This is what I was expecting for them to reveal the moment. Because Dragon Age the Veilguard repeats itself so much, they revealed their revelation before it had its big moment. But it also brings up the question of if Solus created the elven prison city that was gold and then it turned into black. It brings up a couple of interesting points. Were the Magisters lured there by the elven gods to begin with, and the small bit of blight escaping was all of their intention to weaken Ferelden before their prison weakened enough for them to get out? Was the Maker an invention of Solus, who maybe he said that he had woken up, but he was weak for many centuries up until the point of the Inquisition where he tried to do some stuff to mess things around, but he accidentally. But then Corypheus had. Basically, Inquisition is Solus makes a mistake. Instead of waiting another century or something like that to gain more power. But this is the first thing I heard was, well, if the Chant of Light says that Solus did it, if Solus did it, how involved was he? The Maker has been one of the greatest interesting questions about Dragon Age Origins is how real is the Maker exactly? And the fact that the Maker turned away from humanity could also be like, this is an incorrect interpretation of the Dreadwolf sending a message. It's very possible that when Andraste burned, Solus was waking up and sending her visions, or that Solus was the elf person that betrayed her. Or she could have been Mythal, honestly, and then she spun like a tale of something or other, and she gave... There's a lot of interesting things that could have happened there, because they were trying to overthrow Tevinter. And it ended up not working, which means that it could have been a Solus plan. It could have been a Soulless plan, or a Solus plan. This is fascinating lore and tidbits. Also, as for the Maker, sorry it hurts. I don't believe in the Maker. Never did.
The Maker was never my faith, Lace. But I'm sorry this is hard for you.
The Chant of Light has seen many iterations over the centuries. This may simply change our understanding of it.
But this was the one I grew up with. My ma still sings the chant. You know?
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The Elven Gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
Doctrine isn't truth, it's just a way to get to truth. Is that true? I'm gonna have to take that. That's... I come from a religious family. We have I might be... So when people say words like doctrine, it comes across a little bit differently from what I'm used to. So I'm not gonna dive into that quote specifically. But the fact that we're finally directly challenging faith, and that Harding's having her faith challenged, this is all fascinating stuff. This is all really good.
You have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, this talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus. To withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
Now this one I'm a little bit confused by. Veilguard, can you explain it to me, please?
What? This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but what?
This is actually great. I guess our stupid dialogue, Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is not something that I was expecting. This seems like very early development lore that was thrown out here. Elves are spirits? They're the basis of emotions? I don't know. I have a lot of questions about that. Let's have an existential crisis.
Are all elves spirits somehow? Am I a spirit?
To be clear, this memory only shows that the first elves originated from spirits. You three are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
Are we talking about breaking that down and restoring it? I have many questions. So a world of... But that explains why Solus is so keen to merge the world of spirits back with the world of physical mortals. Is because they used to be one and the same, and elves came from... Literally, elves came from there. So being cut from that would restrict all of their potential. That all makes sense into what this was all established in previous games. So them finally explaining it is good, but I don't understand what my response is to it. Like, existential, like, am I a spirit? Them to explain, no, it was the first elves that did it. That seeded the mortal race makes sense. Oh, do we want to spread this around? Nobody would buy it. People have bigger worry. So this is all different ways to say no. Okay, that makes sense.
If the
Classic
world
Rook.
learned about this and it led to attacks against elves,
which it would.
Elves have enough trouble as it is down in Ferelden.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one would believe us.
okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
They hurt the Titans? This started the war between elves and Titans?
You think the ground shaking was the Titans?
It makes sense, doesn't it?
I don't know enough about the Titans.
Something was hurting them, taking their blood.
So they struck back, like we'd swat a stinging bug.
The first memory we saw with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the Elves.
All right.
We just saw how it started.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mithal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
Okay. So the elves were spirits. Mithal was one of the first ones. Then that happened, and then they started stealing lyrium, which was the blood of the Titans, which has been mentioned in Dragon Age. I just don't remember them very much because they haven't been a big focus. And that started a war between the elves and the Titans. The Titans sounds like the Titans were going to win. Elganon or Elganim, the Emuneris were going to fight the war. They gather strength somehow. I don't know, red lyrium maybe, red blood, and then they're going to do that, or maybe they use the blight to do it, and that's what turns the lyrium red, is that it's blighted. And then from there we have the center thing of Solus is like, no, don't assume and take power. And then we're going to find out whatever happens here to when he forms the Fade. Probably Mithal dying. Alright. Delirium Dagger. Because there's only one that's survived centuries.
Have you created what we need?
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
Oh.
Solus made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
I am sorry for my people. So it all comes back to a war between the progenitors of the elves and the progenitors of the dwarves. That kind of makes sense. That's kind of fitting. And that's how you could probably start it at a bar. I'm just imagining the writing process originally for Origins. Like, what? Let's talk about a war that never gets expressed enough in Lord of the Rings, is a war between the dwarves and the elves. I can see that. I've often wondered that myself. Like, is it more than just a little bit of racism? And this is a very interesting way to start the conversation, and then it would probably build out to something, to a much larger universe. It's not unlike something I've been working on with my friend Professor Barbarian, excuse me. And that's kind of how the conversation started, and it kind of turned into a wider story idea. Interesting. But then the torn away dreams and magic and energy all turn to nightmares, and that's the blight.
Lace, what my people did to yours, that's unforgivable.
You don't need to apologize.
Well, someone should.
Our leaders attacked the Titans for their lyrium. Then, when the war turned against the elves, our leaders did this.
And when the war was over, they enslaved your ancestors. No. Solus, Mithal, and Elgarnon are the ones who need to apologize.
To do such a thing. No wonder regret eats away at Solus.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solus regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
Mierda.
You can't. That's not possible.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The song of Lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
And evil and nightmare. And it makes sense why the Darkspawn have taken over the Deep Roads. That's where the Titans were in the earth or something like that. Yeah, what about What about Darkspawn?
What does this mean for Darkspawn? Should we be trying to help them?
They're too far gone.
I don't believe so. If the Blight is a corrupted dream, Darkspawn may be mindless manifestations of its anger.
Right. They're not people. We're never going to get through to them.
The Titans are a problem for later. We have Elgernon and Gillanane to deal with now.
And then I want Solus to look me in the eye and answer for what he did.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve Mythal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
Did he force him? Did everyone force him to kill Mythal? And that explains why he did something terrible. He essentially built the atom bomb of all atom bombs. And for Mythal, I no longer like what Mythal did here. With the rest of the rest of the Elven gods. He did it, didn't he?
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god. The strength that I alone
He had to
still
become
carry.
one of them.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the Elven people? They deserve it.
The Elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
Solus killed Mythal? After
I was
all
right.
that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
So that is okay.
By
That's the end of
killing
Inquisition.
the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
He loved him. He needs to be right.
All these memories are about Solus being sad that he was right and nobody else could see it. He was right about how becoming elves would lead to war with the Titans, but Mythal wouldn't listen.
He was right that using the dagger on the Titans was evil, but Mythal wouldn't listen.
He was so proud when he imprisoned the other gods. Finally, he got to prove that he was right. They were wrong.
Then he wakes up in our time and finds out he was wrong. The elves have nothing. The Blight's a constant threat.
And Mythal's alive, somehow. But she still won't listen.
But this time he'll show her. No matter what it takes.
So, how does everything we know help us now?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
He's wrong, but not evil.
Solus has caused a lot of damage, but he's not like Elgernon, trying to wreck the world to rule it. He's trying to repair the damage he caused, and he knows he's made mistakes. There might be hope for him.
You don't think he'll turn on us?
Oh no, he's totally going to turn on us. I mean after that.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller, almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
I must be the spirit with the circles.
Farewell for now.